How much do you think infidelity can impact a marriage? Can a relationship survive the betrayal? Welcome to today's lesson. Infidelity is a dark cloud that can loom over a marriage, bringing with it a storm of emotions. It's like a hurricane that sweeps through a relationship, leaving a path of destruction in its wake. The impact is profound and far-reaching, affecting not just the individuals involved, but also those around them. When infidelity strikes, it feels like a gut punch. The betrayal cuts deep, piercing the heart of trust that is the lifeblood of any relationship. The pain is intense and the wounds are deep. The scars may heal over time, but they leave behind a reminder of the storm that once was. Infidelity is a breach of trust that shakes the very foundation of a marriage. It's like an earthquake that rattles everything, causing cracks to appear in the walls of trust and love that were once thought to be unshakable. The damage can be so severe that it leads to the collapse of the relationship, resulting in divorce. But it's not just the couple that bears the brunt of this quake. The aftershocks are felt by the children, the extended family and friends. The fallout can be devastating, leaving a trail of broken hearts and shattered dreams, yet amidst the rubble, there is hope. Infidelity doesn't have to be the death knell for a marriage. It's possible to rebuild, to mend the cracks, and to restore the trust. But it takes work, it takes commitment, it takes courage, and most importantly, it takes a conscious decision to prevent infidelity from happening in the first place. Preventing infidelity is about safeguarding the sanctity of your relationship. It's about making choices that prioritize your marriage, keeping the lines of communication open, and setting boundaries that respect and uphold the trust in your relationship. Infidelity can shatter the trust in a marriage, but it is not an inevitable fate. There are ways to prevent it. And over the next few scenes, we'll look into some of these strategies, exploring how to keep your relationship safe from the storm of infidelity. Because a strong marriage isn't just about surviving the storm, it's about learning how to dance in the rain. Do you find yourself making decisions that could impact your relationship? How often do you consider the consequences? Let's look into this. When it comes to relationships, especially marriages, the choices we make are of paramount importance. They are the building blocks of trust, the foundation of love, and the essence of commitment. Each choice is like a ripple in the water, its effects spreading out to touch every aspect of our lives and our partners. A single selfish decision can set off a chain reaction that leads to heartbreak, mistrust, and even infidelity. Imagine this. You're faced with a decision that seems harmless enough. Maybe it's staying late at work, neglecting calling your spouse, or going out with friends when your partner needs support. You might think, what's the harm? It's just this once. But remember, it's not about the single decision, but the pattern it creates. When we consistently choose our interests over our relationship, we send a clear message to our partner. You're not my priority. This can lead to feelings of neglect, frustration, and resentment. And in the worst-case scenario, it can create a void, a space where infidelity can creep in. That's why it's crucial to make conscious choices that favor your relationship. It doesn't mean sacrificing your needs or desires, but rather balancing them with those of your partner. It's about creating a partnership where both parties feel valued and important. Now, making relationship-centered decisions isn't always easy. It requires self-awareness, empathy, and a firm commitment to your marriage. It means having difficult conversations, compromising, and sometimes putting your partner's needs before your own. But in the end, it's these choices that safeguard your relationship against the threat of infidelity. Every decision you make can potentially impact your relationship, so the next time you're faced with a choice, ask yourself, is this decision going to bring us closer together or push us further apart? And remember, it's the conscious choices we make that protect our marriages and keep them strong. Every decision you make can potentially impact your relationship. Make conscious choices that protect your marriage. When was the last time you had an open and honest conversation with your spouse about your relationship? This question might seem simple, but it holds a profound significance. Open communication is like the oxygen in the lifeblood of a marriage. It breathes life into the relationship, keeping it vibrant, healthy, and strong. In the absence of open communication, a relationship can easily slip into a state of stagnation and disconnection. Secrets, even seemingly insignificant ones, can start to pile up, creating a wall of misunderstanding and mistrust. The simple act of keeping a secret, regardless of its content, can be the first crack in the foundation of trust that a strong relationship is built upon. So, how do you foster open communication in your marriage? Begin by creating a safe space where both you and your spouse feel respected and heard. This space should be a sanctuary where thoughts, feelings, hopes, and dreams can be shared without fear of judgment or criticism. Next, avoid keeping secrets. This doesn't mean you must share every single thought that crosses your mind. It means being honest and transparent about even the smallest things, the significant feelings, thoughts, and experiences. One crucial aspect of open communication is the expression of unmet needs or concerns. If you feel that love or romance is missing from your relationship, communicate it. If you're grappling with feelings of loneliness or dissatisfaction, express it. Being passive or quiet about your feelings can lead to a dangerous mindset of self-preservation at the expense of the relationship. Remember, marriage is a partnership. It's about two individuals coming together, sharing their lives, supporting each other, and growing together. In this partnership, open communication is the glue that holds everything together. It allows you to understand each other, to empathize with each other, and to work through challenges together. Open communication is a powerful tool against infidelity. Keep the lines of communication open and avoid secrets in your marriage. Because when you communicate openly and honestly, you're not just talking, you're building a fortress of trust and understanding that can withstand any storm. Have you and your spouse set boundaries in your marriage? Do you know what those boundaries are? If these questions leave you scratching your head, it's time to have a serious conversation. Setting boundaries in a marriage is like drawing a map that guides you through the journey of your relationship. It's about understanding and respecting each other's comfort zones. Imagine you're driving down the road of your marriage. The boundaries you set are the traffic rules that keep you safe, prevent accidents, and ensure a smooth ride. Without these rules, there would be chaos. Similarly, in a marriage, these boundaries help avoid misunderstandings, conflicts, and yes, infidelity. To set these boundaries, you need to have open and honest conversations. These may not always be comfortable, but they are necessary. For instance, discuss the definition of cheating. Is it physical intimacy only, or does an emotional connection with someone else also count? There's no universal answer to this. It's subjective and depends on you and your partner's perspectives. Another important topic to discuss is your comfort level with interactions with the opposite sex. Can your spouse have close friends from the opposite sex? Is it okay to have lunch or coffee with them alone? Or would that make you uncomfortable? Again, there's no right or wrong answer, just what's right for you two. You might also want to discuss social media boundaries. Is it okay to share personal details or relationship issues online? What about flirting in the digital space? These are modern-day issues that didn't exist a couple of decades ago, but they are just as important today. And remember, setting boundaries isn't about control or restriction. It's about respect and understanding. It's about knowing what makes your partner uncomfortable and choosing not to do those things out of love and respect for them. It's about creating a safe space where your marriage can flourish. So, take some time out, sit down with your spouse and have these conversations. It won't always be easy, but it will definitely be worth it. Understanding and respecting each other's boundaries is crucial in preventing infidelity. Set clear boundaries and respect them. So, how can you safeguard your marriage against infidelity? The answer, as we've been exploring, lies in 3 key areas. The first is in making choices that serve the best interest of your relationship. This is about choosing consciously every day to act in ways that strengthen your bond rather than weaken it. It's about recognizing the moments when you're teetering on the edge of a decision that could harm your relationship and choosing instead to stay on track. Next, let's not underestimate the power of open communication. A marriage without open dialogue is like a ship without a compass, drifting aimlessly and vulnerable to the storms of misunderstanding and mistrust. To guard against infidelity, it's essential you keep the lines of communication wide open. Share your thoughts, feelings, hopes, and dreams. Encourage your partner to do the same. Most importantly, don't keep secrets. Even the smallest of secrets can create cracks in your relationship, cracks through which infidelity can sneak in. Finally, setting boundaries is an important step in preventing infidelity. Every couple has different comfort zones, different definitions of what constitutes cheating, and different levels of tolerance for close friendships with members of the opposite sex. By discussing these boundaries clearly and openly, you can create a mutual understanding that safeguards your marriage against infidelity. These strategies may seem simple, but they require constant effort, a strong commitment, and a genuine desire to protect your marriage. Remember, infidelity doesn't just happen overnight. It creeps in, slowly and subtly, through the cracks left by poor communication, lack of boundaries, and decisions that do not serve the relationship. Infidelity can be devastating, but it is preventable. Protect your marriage by making conscious choices, communicating openly, and setting clear boundaries. This is Ella TV, bring you insightful lessons. If you find this video useful, do well to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See next lesson. God bless you.